Hey everyone, welcome back for another devlog. I got a lot of exciting stuff to show off in this one, so let's just hop right into it. Let's start with the boring stuff and get that out of the way. I've been learning a lot of C++ and have written a lot of my code from blueprints now in C++. I wish I could say I did this for the performance benefit, but honestly there wasn't that much of a problem with the performance of the game to begin with. The real reason I've done this is because I've taken my ability system and brought it into C++. This makes it a lot more clean and organized and much more professional. The whole system is exposed in the blueprints and it allows me to create gameplay extremely fast and efficient. My favorite part about this is I've written it as a plugin, so I can enable it in any project and utilize it from there. And actually so can you. I've taken my ability system and put it onto the marketplace. It's called the Simple Ability System, and I'll have a link in the description. It allows you to easily create object-oriented abilities and utilize them in a very powerful way. I'm actually going to be posting a few videos on my YouTube channel of tutorials for this whole system. And I've also written complete documentation for the entire thing. Aside from writing a lot of code, I've also been working on the art for the game. There's a bunch of new foliage pieces to add a lot of variety into the game, and I think it's really livened up the world. I'm still working on making a bunch more, but I'm super excited to show you what I've done so far. Along with this, I've also been learning of a lot of crazy things you can do with Unreal Engine's material graph. I've used it to create a lot of small details in the world that interact with the player and really brings the game to the next level. Now all the bushes and plants in the world react to the player's position almost like physics, but instead it's just shader magic. This means it's really good on performance and can be scaled almost infinitely. This is great because I really want to capture the player's immersion with the game, and having static bushes and plants just did not help with that. Also, when it comes to art, I've been working on a lot of new armors for the game. I know I showed some of these off a few devlogs back, but there's been a lot of progress towards the armors since then. I've also created a lot more overlay armor pieces that fit into the game. And for those of you who don't know, the armor system in Sovereign works by letting the player mix and match and build their own armors with all these armor pieces that I've created. This makes creating the armors a lot harder, but in the long run, it'll definitely be worth it, as from a player's perspective, I really enjoy this system. The next big thing I've done is go through and create an entire base pass for the landscape of the game. Previously, I was using Unreal Engine's world composition and building out each tile one at a time. Well, it turns out Unreal Engine's world composition is extremely buggy, and it made it almost impossible to continue doing this. So thanks to some very generous viewers over on my Twitch channel, I was able to get World Creator, which allows me to create a very high quality landscape and import it straight into Unreal. So now that there's an initial base pass on the landscape, I can go in and start creating all the areas for the game in much higher detail. This makes creating it a lot faster, as I can see the overall design of the landscape when going in and working on it. The next big thing is to utilize my foliage tools to roughly create areas like forest and swamps before going in and adding the much higher detail. But sadly, I have to go back through my foliage tools and refactor them, as the first time I created them, I didn't take into account resource gathering. Because the player will be able to chop down trees and harvest things off the ground, this needs to be taken into account when creating the system. Lastly, I've been working on a pretty big system for my game that I'm not quite ready to show off. Hopefully by the next devlog you guys will be able to see it. I'm super excited, and I know it's something that everyone's gonna love. But that's basically where most of my time has gone in these last 3 months. If you are extremely curious, you can stop by my Twitch channel where I stream the Develop My game almost every day. I'll make sure to have a link for that in the description too. So that's basically it. Thank you guys so much for stopping by this devlog, I really appreciate it, and big thanks to all my Patreons. You guys are awesome and the biggest reason I can continue working on this game. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.